Okay, welcome back to Ramblecraft. It's been a while since I've actually started this up. Yeah. I went to Rochester this past weekend, saw John Oliver. It was great. Um, so, welcome back. I'm finally recording again, because it's been about a week. I had to wait for the server to be ready and all that junk. Since last time, I went out and collected some basalt and some marble. Because it was just a lot of busy work. Nothing really going on. So how are you all doing? I'm doing alright myself, personally. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, this is gonna be a bit boring, I guess, because I'm getting back into the swing of things. It's been, well, again, it's been a while since I've sat here talking to myself, so that's something. I actually meant to make those stairs leading up to here also off camera, and I completely forgot before I started recording, so whoops. Anywho, on today's episode, I think I'm going to go and build a location for the smeltery. There's a zombie nearby, not sure where. Oh, there he is. Not sure how he's managing to burn himself in water, but there you have it. Shut up, Chocobo. I think right here. I think right here will be a fine place for a smeltery. So I need to go get a sickle, cause yeah. And again, I hope to have stairs by the next time I actually start playing again, so I'm not like hopping up and down like that. I think I only need one stick, so that's good. Not really sure what I'm gonna build it out of, so that'll be interesting. This will also be the first time I'm doing a build while I'm talking to you guys, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit distracted when I'm actually building. Try and put a bit of thought into what I'm doing, but that doesn't make for the greatest of conversation, because building is hard. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put it like right here on this bit of land. It's a bit laggy today. That's because it's actually on a server rather than all being done locally, which is sort of an issue for me because, again, I have really, really poor internet. Alright, let's take out our excavator. Start clearing the land. I'm not sure exactly what shape I want to have it. So, news about my recording, actually. I'm actually a bit annoyed because I had intended to switch my recording software. I had initially been recording for you guys in OBS, and that's what I'm currently using still, sadly. And the reason it's sadly is because Camtasia doesn't really like it, and that's what I do my editing in. So what I had to do for the last few episodes is I had to I'm trying to think of how I want this to be laid out, sorry. But yeah, anyway, the last all the previous episodes I started in I recorded it initially in OBS, and then since Camtasia doesn't like dealing with those videos, I then had to run the videos through Movie Maker, which is the free Windows app application. And by running it through that, it was converted into a format that Camtasia could actually use. And from there, I ran it through Camtasia to do the editing, because A, it's a much nicer suite than, because Camtasia has a much nicer suite than Movie Maker does in terms of editing. And on top of that, Movie Maker's file sizes are much larger. So, and with how poor my internet is here, file size is kind of a concern. Alright, actually, I'm gonna raise this again, because I clearly know what I'm doing. Yeah, again, I wanted to, like I said, I really want to have buildings that have, like, varying heights. I don't really want them, like, super flat or anything. Although, I really feel like for a... Wow, that was a big bit of lag. I really feel like for a smelter, I'm going to need it fairly flat, so I'm going to clear all this stuff out. Wow. Again, my mouse is going, so you might notice the left click not working sometimes, and that's what that is. Yay. I probably need to get a new mouse sometime soon, or maybe updating my drivers. That was another thing that I saw online about it. Alternatively, I could take my mouse apart and see if I can fix the contacts, which is most likely the issue here. I can't imagine it being a software problem. I mean, again, it's clicking. I can't see how software would cause that big of an issue with that. Alright. I think I kind of want the back open. I think, but that doesn't sound smart at all. You know what? I think this should do it. Right over here. Um, anyway, I was saying I wouldn't mind the back open to give it the illusion of water nearby that I go and get to cool down the metals and stuff. But not sure about that. I feel, yeah, I feel like we've got a nice area now laid out for this. Okay, so let's wow, I realize now that I'm basically undoing a lot of what I just did by filling in all of these holes. And that's because I'm dumb. That's about the only way to put it. Kinda dumb. Alright. So, like I said, this should be a good area. Alright, we're gonna have... I think we're gonna put the smeltery, like, here. Alright. So that's the foundation. And then... And then this is the space around it that we're also going to need. Yeah, so that's the space around it that we're going to need. Alright, so from there, I think, well, I can get to work on the... I kind of want to surround it. I kind of want to surround the smeltery in its own and like a material. Yeah, I just want to surround it. So we're gonna do that, and then there's going to be an actual floor of another color. Also, this area is going to be bowed out a bit so that there's space around it, so that we have a bunch of space to move in. I think around it we're going to use some marble cobblestone. There I go, using that white again for a floor. This is bound to look magnificent. But nah, I feel like around a smelter you kind of need you need stone. And I think I'm gonna put like an actual floor, maybe some birch for the actual floor. Although I think, if I recall correctly, I like the color of fir, and we actually have a bit of fir wood. It is, well, normal brown. I remember it being like a greenish color. Anyway, I think, yeah. Alright. So we're gonna do a nice strip of birch around the edge of this. And again, this is gonna be a sort of bowed out area. It's going to be wider than the rest of the building, theoretically. And I'll come back and make the landscape look a little bit better than how I currently have it, because right now it's, you know, straight edges and stuff, and that's just not how nature is. So, yeah, I've been playing, actually, while I've been waiting for the server to come back up, or not come back up, actually be put up. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, which is a actually fairly decent MMO. I was surprised. I, for one, honestly did not think it was going to be that great of a game. I'll be perfectly honest. I'd heard bad things about 11, so yeah, I was really rather unsure of how Square Enix's second foray into the MMO scene was going to go. And I ended up being pleasantly surprised. I really like the crafting in it, although I'm sure I'm pretty much alone in that regard, because I really like the crafting system in it. But I completely understand that it is rather, it's a tad on the dull side. There's really no way to sugarcoat that. It's a tad on the dull side. And yeah, because you just spend all your time. It's time consuming. Rather time consuming. Yeah, that looks like it should work. And then, wow, I'm kind of hard pressed for wood here. It's not really a feeling I'm used to, but again, like the trade skills and stuff in Realm Reborn are they are rather time consuming. They are kind of dull, but they're really relaxing. It's a nice stark contrast to all of the fighting that you do while you're adventuring in the game, which I find really refreshing after a nice long session of just killing things. It is rather nice to come back and just yeah, sit down and make some nice tools or clothing or what have you. Trying to think of how this can work. I'm playing a thaumaturge, so, you know, master of the elements and all that. Okay, I do have bread on me. I thought I did. Master of the elements and what have you, although it's mainly master of fire and ice. So I, you know, cast a bunch of fireballs and stuff. I don't know why I just did that. Again, I'm again out of practice with this whole talking to myself. and you know, you guys. So, you know, there's that. And then in addition to that, like, it's I don't know, trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. I don't want to mess things up um, while I'm actually building, because I'm liable to do that. Oh joy, I'm probably going to need to go get more birch wood. And I was really trying to keep this to about episode length, but I now notice that I failed miserably, as it is like 20 minutes or so. Although there was a bit in the beginning that I'm gonna have to edit out, so maybe I'm not like as far into this as I thought. Alright, that looks like a decent start to the actual building. That's not where I wanted to put that. I think I wanted to put that here? No. Wow. Look at me, being totally aware of where everything goes. Alright, so that's where I wanted to put that. Okay, so I need to get back on the roof. Because I need to do this. Yes. I want a rather high roof, actually. I want a rather high roof over the smeltery portion, because you can add layers to the smeltery. Like, the foundation is a 3x3 square in the bottom, and then on each side of that 3x3 square you need on the sides of that 3x3 square you can place you place a series of 3 blocks or so on the sides of it, and so yeah, in this formation I have seared bricks, blah blah blah, with drains and controllers and junk as well. Anyway, so that forms your basic smelter. It's 1 high, but that can be extended like indefinitely, and that'll allow you to process more ores and minerals and stuff. I don't know why I actually said minerals. There aren't like minerals in Minecraft, so almost. That was an almost. But yeah, so it allows you to process more ores at once and store more molten forms of the materials at once. So it's just very, very handy. However, not really happy with this. So, because I feel like it should mirror this a bit. So what we're gonna do is from like right around there, we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this and hop. Then we're gonna do this and hop. We're gonna do this to like the center, which I think is like right around here. And honestly, that should give me enough. So yeah, that should allow me to build it high enough, and if I need to build it any higher, I can just have it jut out of the top. Yeah. I need to get back up there though, so because I need to get rid of this frame. Oh yeah, and sorry, like this is how I built that house up on the ridge. That, you know, abomination to aesthetic sensibility, as I like to call it. Violation of the eye, etc., etc. Anyway, I spent a lot of time just mapping it out like this. Like, it's an admittedly rather time-consuming process. I don't really have much to say about it while I'm working because, again, I'm concentrating. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing as I'm doing it. We have the po' boy, so just the only difference is I have to be a tad more careful when I'm using this, because I'm more liable to break whatever I'm standing on, and that would be a little bad. But there we go. There we go. I didn't get hurt too much there. Pick up all my basalt cobblestone. I do kind of like how this is shaping up, though. I mean, despite the issues I had with the initial design of these corners, it should shape up nicely besides that. Alright, so this one is head height from the second one up, it looks like. So, go over on this side, head height, bam. Out one, and then up one, then out one, then up one, then out one, and then up one. And now we're at the top. So we're gonna put a birch plank here. We're gonna go around like that. Alright, and now I can make my way down. Or not, because that's pretty much impossible from how I've done this. So I kind of need to come at it from the bottom, if I can. So we need to do one of these. One of these. And one of these. fire. One of those. One of those. One of those. So on and so forth. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not being very talkative. Again, concentration and all that jazz. There is a zombie behind me. Right, it's nighttime. Should probably, like, go to sleep. Tell me what you guys think of the building so far, though. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna need to go get more birch. I need to make myself a new pick because, wow. Because I need more control than a hammer gives me, obviously. So, yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to end it here for right now, because, again, I'm, like, way over the time limit that I set for myself, because I want to start doing, one episode at a time, rather than recording for, like, 2 straight hours, and, yeah, rather than recording for, like, 2 straight hours, and, coming back to it, and then having several episodes to upload, and then coming back like a week later, because I don't really want to record while I have a bunch of stuff to upload, because, if I do eventually get people who want to tell me, what I should be doing, or giving me advice on how to build and all that junk, like what they'd like to see, I'd like to actually get those recommendations rather than, this whole, blarg. What the hell am I trying to say? Yeah, I'd like to actually be able to get recommendations rather than just going about doing whatever. Because I'd like recommendations. You know, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Wow, that's terrible. That's fucking awful. But, yeah, whatever. I'll fix that next time, or at some point. Wow, so yeah, what I was saying. No, yeah, I'd like to record in smaller chunks so that I can upload them. So if I ever do start getting comments, you guys can tell me I'm an idiot and should do things a different way, or so on and so forth. I'm also going to try and build and keep it mildly interesting while I'm building, but I have no guarantee of that, and wow, that thing looks really unfinished, which, I mean, it is, but still, it looks really unfinished. So yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to end it here, and I'll catch you all some other time. Bye. See ya.